Oh my god. I feel like an old fucking man. I feel like I'm getting grumpy at everything. Like everything that passes in front of me, I just feel like I get angry at it all the time. I don't know why, like some people say like it's just a change at times. This is like a pattern that people do, right? And I'm 31, like I shouldn't be getting mad at certain things. And not even mad, just grumpy, just annoyed or just disappointed because maybe all my anger is like it's because of a lack of knowledge, right? A lack of understanding. It's the same way that like boomers get when they don't understand technology. Like they don't understand an iPhone. They sit there and they just like fucking hammer on the buttons. They don't understand what a fucking touchscreen does, so they're just gonna break their fucking screen and they complain about it, saying it's faulty. All that kind of shit. It's probably anger because lack of understanding. Because I lack any sort of platform to coherently comprehend certain shit. So the Mayweather versus Logan Paul shit, I don't really understand much of it, but I just Logan Paul is such a fucking joke. Holy shit. Okay, so let me just say this right here. This is not jealousy. And yes, I understand the guy probably makes more money in an hour than I'll ever make in a year. But holy shit, is he like the biggest fucking train wreck? Remember when we had that whole Charlie Sheen conspiracy where he was like doing a shitload of coke and hookers, and that was like the big thing that was going on? Or just like a whole bunch of other things that like celebrities were doing that was just necessarily not good. Like that kind of bad shit. That's stuff that happened during that time, like, and it just makes you wonder, like, oh man, some bad people, right? Like, they're kind of train wrecks. And Charlie Sheen goes through a whole bunch of fucking hoops and stuff and tries to make his life better, and it was just seen as like this big thing that happened. Remember when Logan Paul did that whole fucking suicide joke in fucking Japan, and then proceeded to do a whole bunch of other stupid ass shit, like day after day after day after day? Like his wiki is filled with fucking controversies. Like all the different things that he's fucking done and said, it is just in black and white on there. And I went through some of the links and I was just like, holy shit, I remember half of this garbage. I remember this guy being a fucking dumbass. I remember all this garbage. And it's just like, I think what finally came to head to me was the fucking Charizard around the neck. No, it's not a controversy or anything, but this dude fucking goes to a fucking fight. Oh my god. The guy's getting paid more than fucking I would ever. That fight alone, the amount of money he made, more money than I'll ever fucking see in my life. He gets fucking paid to go there, show up, and he has a fucking Charizard around his neck. It's like everything's a fucking meme now. I don't get it. It was like when I started getting mad at Among Us because people started using sus and a whole bunch of other shit in real life. It's like I had a coworker who used sus all the time and it drove me nuts and I made fun of him. And I really shouldn't make fun of people. And I did it. I mean, like, dude, just fucking stop. You're making yourself seem so stupid. Maybe it's because it's a product of the times. Like, dude, you just don't fucking understand. It's like what these kids enjoy. It's their way of communicating. You just won't get it. You're too old, grandpa. You don't fucking get it. Tuck your fucking balls back in your shorts and go fucking, I don't know, watch I Love Lucy or some shit in black and white. You don't take part in our fucking daily routine, Dad. You don't play fucking Fortnite. You don't understand. And that's me. I'm like the fucking dad. I'm like the grandpa. I like walk into my fucking kid's room and I'll just be like, what you playing? And they're gonna be like walking around in fucking VR and shit, and I'm not gonna understand any of it. And I'm gonna be like, you went in, son, and then fucking walk out. Like, I don't fucking get it. Everything's a meme. Everything is a fucking meme. Commercials nowadays have fucking memes on them. They're trying to appeal to these generations. And it's just, there's me on my fucking doorstep, just fucking yelling at people on my grass. Like, that's me. That's me. All of my videos are just complaining about something, but this takes the fucking cake because people are just fucking memeing and I don't get it. And I think I'm angry because I lack understanding of the topic. Like, I'm visibly frustrated because this dude just made fucking millions. And he goes in there with a fucking Charizard necklace. It's a card in a fucking sealed thing. And I don't get why he did it. I just don't understand. Like, is it funny? Am I missing the point? Is it because it's a meme? Then I just don't fucking understand. And this dude's a fucking train wreck too. He said some nasty shit. He said some dumbass stuff. I really hope that when I get famous, I haven't said anything stupid as fuck for it to come back and bite me in the ass. Because that would be fucking stupid. But this guy, like, did we just forget what's going on with him and what he's done in his past? Or are we just going to forget it? Like, I mean, we can forgive. That's good. That's like an honorable trait, is to forgive someone. But like, holy shit, this dude's a fucking train wreck. He's in fucking boxing right now, being paid millions to do a whole bunch of shit. And people pay for this. They paid for the fight. They're fucking stupid enough to pay for the goddamn fight. And they fucking went there. And they're like, holy shit, this is going to be a fight of the century. Just like how we said the fucking Tyson fight was going to be a fight of the century. And it really was kind of disappointing. And then there's me, like, who the fuck's paying for the pay-per-view for that? Who even wants to see it? Who's the dumbasses that go and see that fight? Like, I remember the Viking Warrior or the fucking Korean Zombie and all those fights. They were good. They were great. And yeah, sure, some of those guys were fucking dirty and they did some bad stuff, but none of it ever was like this fucking meme-ass shit that they did. They weren't some YouTube star that fucking came up out of nowhere and were like, fucking, they said some bad shit and then they just suddenly don't pop out and say, I'm gonna be a fucking boxer. I'm gonna stare in my fucking mirror and I'm gonna pep talk my balls and I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'm gonna be a fucking boxer one day, and I'm gonna fight fucking Mayweather. No one says that. And this dude is memeing. Wasn't Mayweather wearing an OnlyFans hat too? Is that normal? Like, am I just upset about that as well? Just because I don't understand it? Someone please tell me. Like, someone please take me by the hand, pull out my IV, you know, say, Grandpa, it's gonna be okay. You're fine. You don't have to get upset about these things. You don't understand technology. What's gonna happen in 20 years when I'm like, I'm pretty secure with my life, you know, I'm comfy in a house, I'm doing whatever I want to do that makes me happy, you know, and then like, I have a kid, right? And what's gonna happen is like, my kid's gonna have like this ridiculous piece of technology and they're going to be using it and they're going to be like, Dad, can you help me with this? And I'm going to stare at it and I'm going to feel like a fucking primitive caveman. Like, I have no idea what the hell's going on. Like, son, put down your fucking holo projector thing and let me understand what you're trying to talk to me about for a second. I need to comprehend it. Like, I don't get it. And listen, like, there actually is a phenomenon where generations lack understanding of following generations' technology or mannerisms. It's a phenomenon. But I just don't like being in it. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Like, even current cell phones. I have a fucking LG phone that I've had this thing for fucking maybe like 6 years, and LG discontinued their fucking phone lines. I refuse to get a battery for this thing. And this phone, I will continue to use until it fucking busts. It's dying. It's dying. But when I had to hold my girlfriend's iPhone and I tried using it, I didn't even understand how to get to older apps or even like the stuff that she was currently using. She's like, oh, swipe this way, swipe this way. I didn't fucking understand it. And that's my lack of understanding of technology that turns me into a fucking primitive ass Neanderthal where I want to bang my head against the fucking stone because I don't understand the wheel. Like, really, in all reality, this is just me being grumpy because I lack understanding. And it's a common thing because the same thing that happens with boomers, the same thing that happens with previous generations, is they lack understanding of what's going on. They lack understanding of change. It's the same shit with like, oh, kids these days don't go out anymore. It's like, yeah, kids these days do go out. It's just you're seeing a lot of kids these days taking part in technology and taking part in a technological growth. And then there's me trying to take part in that technological growth. You know, like I grew up with the N64, the PlayStation, and all these consoles coming out, and I tried to, you know, like ride that fucking high and continue with it. But there came a point where I hit a wall where it was just too much effort to understand what was going on. And then I just started to get really fucking annoyed because it's like, I wish I could understand it at the same pace that I understood everything prior. Like, let's use another example real quick, is I had to have someone put together my computer for me, but I built my own computers back then. Think about it. Like, am I the only person who just gets annoyed at certain things that he doesn't understand? And I'm not saying like that's an honorable trait. Like, please don't look at me and think like this is something I enjoy, because it's not. Like, I just get frustrated sometimes. Like I get frustrated with the iPhone or I get frustrated with other things going on. I just don't understand. And it's a lack of understanding. It's a lack of understanding that I get fucking annoyed that a guy is wearing a Charizard around his fucking neck. I'm pretty sure that thing has diamonds on it. I'm not sure. I thought I saw it in a picture. I'll probably pull up a picture and edit and put it up over here. But until then, there's a lot of things I fucking get just absolutely weirded out by. It's just stuff I don't understand. I find it hilarious. Like, I enjoy what I'm going through because it's something I called from the beginning. I said this was going to happen to me, and it's crazy. What's going to happen in my future? You know, when am I going to fully hit the wall where I just lack all understanding? And I go, kids these days. I've already started to get close to that with some of the talking and some of the ways kids use language on the internet. Like, I just fucking don't understand. But remember, I came from the fucking generation of XD, XD, XXX underscore, and a whole bunch of fucking other shit. Like, I came from that. And in all reality, it's just gonna get worse. And this dude's making so much more fucking money than anyone else I fucking know. Or me. Or all of my friends combined. And he's doing it memeing. I'm like the grandpa of the internet right now. I don't understand shit. And I get upset. And it's funny. I'm laughing at myself. I'm really laughing at myself because it's funny to me. But you know what? Like, some 12-year-old's gonna look at me and be like, oh, he's fucking lame. He's so sus. Fuck him. I'm Solar Polar Bear. I hate kids.